The original Declaration of Independence has been adapted below. When events in human history make it necessary for one group to break the political ties that connect them with another and take their place among the powers of the earth, showing respect to the opinions of others requires them to explain why they are separating. We believe that certain truths are obvious. All people are created equal and have inherent rights such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Governments are created to protect these rights, and their authority comes from the agreement of the governed. If a government goes against these principles and becomes harmful, people have the right to change or abolish it and create a new government that they believe will keep them safe and happy. While it's wise not to change established governments for minor reasons, when a long series of abuses shows a clear intent to establish absolute despotism, it becomes the right and duty of the people to overthrow that government and establish new protections for their future security. The American colonies have endured much suffering, and the current necessity forces them to change their existing systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain reveals repeated injuries and usurpations aimed at establishing absolute tyranny over the states. To prove this, we submit the following facts. He has rejected laws vital for the public good. He has prevented governors from passing urgent laws unless they agree to his terms. He has denied laws for the benefit of large populations unless they give up their right to representation. He has called legislative bodies to inconvenient locations to wear them down into accepting his measures. He has delayed new elections after dissolving previous legislative bodies. He has tried to hinder the growth of the states by obstructing laws for the naturalization of foreigners and discouraging migration. He has blocked justice by rejecting laws to establish judicial powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for their positions and salaries. He has created many new offices and sent numerous officers to harass the people and deplete their resources. He has stationed armies among us during times of peace without our legislators' approval. He has tried to make the military independent of and more powerful than civilian authority. He has collaborated with others to subject us to a foreign jurisdiction not recognized by our laws, supporting their acts of pretended legislation. He has allowed large groups of armed troops to be housed among us. He has shielded them from punishment through unfair trials for any murders they commit on our people. He has harmed us by cutting off our trade with the world and imposing taxes without our consent. He has deprived us of the benefits of trial by jury and transported us overseas for trial on false charges. He has abandoned his government here by declaring us outside his protection and waging war. He has attacked our seas, coasts, towns, and people, and he is currently bringing in foreign armies to continue the destruction, already started with extreme cruelty and deceit seldom seen in the most barbaric ages. He has stirred up internal rebellions among us and tried to use merciless Indian warriors to attack our frontiers, following a rule of warfare that brings destruction to all ages, genders, and conditions. Throughout these oppressions, we have humbly petitioned for redress, but our requests have only been met with more harm. A ruler with such tyrannical actions is unfit to govern a free people. We have not neglected our British brethren. We've warned them about their legislature's unwarranted control over us, reminded them of our reasons for coming here, and appealed to their justice and kindness. We've asked them to disavow these unjust actions that would harm our connections. But since they continue to act against our interest, we must accept the necessity of separation, considering them, like any other enemy in war, as friends in times of peace. Therefore, we, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress, appeal to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rightness of our intentions. By the authority of the people of these colonies, we declare that these united colonies are and should be free and independent states. We are absolved from allegiance to the British Crown, and all political ties with Great Britain are and should be completely dissolved. As free and independent states, we have the full power to wage war, make peace, form alliances, engage in trade, and do everything else that independent states have the right to do. In support of this declaration, with a strong reliance on divine providence, we pledge our lives, fortunes, and sacred honor to each other.